the showground as well. In a couple of minutes' time, we'll have a track from The Normals, one of our other live acts today. But first of all, Heather Fell's with us today as well. Morning, Heather.
Good morning, John.
And you're out and about as well.
I am, and I just thought for a moment that I was having my photo taken, but realised actually it's the bird that I'm next to. And you mentioned I was joined by a bird, and I'm also joined by someone who apparently has slept with the bird. Now,
oh, come on, you've got to explain yourself now.
Now, I'm joined by Annie and Jamie from Hawkridge Birds of Prey at Exmouth, and a very handsome-looking Baldric. Now, Annie earlier was telling me how she's actually slept with Baldric. Maybe you want to elaborate a little bit here before our listeners start wondering what's going on.
There's a massive great hole you're just digging yourself there, Heather Fell. Baldric is
a bald eagle. Annie is going to be able to tell me a lot more about Baldric.
See, I can breathe a sigh of relief now.
Annie, if you want to explain why you spent the night in the aviary with Baldric.
Well, with birds of prey, we don't actually tame them, we only train them. And we go through a process of manning where we get the bird used to man and his environment. And so we spend a lot of time with our birds. And just to get him used to me, I spent a few nights when I first got him in the aviary with him. And we built up this bond of trust. He doesn't love me, I love him, but he tolerates me and he lets me into his inner circle. And it just means that he trusts me, he knows that I'm the food provider and I'm not going to do any harm to him. And we've just got that real bond.
I'm not so sure whether he trusts me, and he was taking a rather interesting look at the microphone there. I mean, am I safe standing this close to him? Does he get defensive of people coming up to you?
Only if he's got food. We're very fortunate with Baldric. He is a very laid-back bald eagle. He's used to being handled by lots of people, and that's good because if anything happens to us and we're ill, then we need someone else to be able to look after him. So he's used to being in different environments like this, and he's used to being handled by lots of different people.
Now, obviously, we're on the radio, so lots of people can't see Baldric. But, Jamie, maybe you can describe to our listeners what this magnificent bird looks like.
He's a big bird. He's got a white head and a white tail, and he's brown.
Okay, and what about, how do you describe his size? Like, when his wings, earlier he opened up his wings, and I could feel the breeze from that now. I mean, how big is his wingspan?
His wingspan's about 6.5 foot.
Well, that's quite impressive. So he can, I'm sure, fly at quite some speeds for that.
Yes and no.
Go on.
With wind, he needs to help with the wind, it helps him fly, and if there's none, he won't be able to.
Do you know what? I'm exactly the same. With the wind, I can go 50 miles an hour. We're heading towards the news now. Thank you so much for bringing Baldric across to us. That's Annie and Jamie, and they're from Hawkridge Birds of Prey in Exmouth. Thank you, Heather. We're going to keep you out and about in the crowd. Let's head towards the news with another of our live acts who will be appearing on this show stage in just a few hours' time. But they're on their way here at the moment, so we've packed them into a little black box. They'll be coming out of your speakers now. They're called The Normals. They're from Plymouth and Dartmoor, and this is Love Grows.